Alright, today I'm going to show you guys how to export in FL Studio. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do that, whether you're trying to export an entire beat or you're trying to export just a specific sound or part of the beat. So super easy, only takes a couple steps, so this will be a pretty short one today. So first, when you hop into FL Studio and you have your beat open, then you are ready to export it. Just go up to File up here, go down to Export, and then it's going to give you a few different options as to the format that you would like to export in. So if you're looking for a little bit of a higher quality export, you're going to want to go with the WAV file. If you want to save space on your computer and you are okay with giving up a little bit of the quality, go with MP3. You really probably won't even notice the difference, but if you need it to be as high quality as possible, go with the WAV. So to show you what that looks like, hit WAV. Make sure you've got your name of your beat, and then it's going to give you a couple different options to export in. So of course you're going to want the full song, so keep that as is. Tail, you could either cut the remainder or leave the remainder. If you cut the remainder, it's the export is going to end where the beat ends. It's not going to have empty space, so I always just leave that there. The bit depth, I keep it at 32 just to keep that high quality. You don't really want any crackling in your final export, so keep that as high as you can. Same thing with the resampling. 512 is as high as you can get. So if you want to save space again and you're short on space on your hard drive, you can get away with 256, even 128. I have a lot of space, so I just go with the 512, and that way I know I'm going to get the highest quality export that is possible. Keep everything on here that's already highlighted unless you have a specific need to change something. There's really no reason to be messing with this stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Everything is going to sound just fine if you keep that as is. When you hit start, it's going to take a minute to upload. And down here, this 97 is referring to 97 bars of the song. Now, if you had it 120, it would say 120 right here. If you were just uploading or exporting a 8-bar loop, it would say 8. Alright, and now that that's done, you can see it has successfully exported into my files on my computer, where I could then click on it and put it into an email or do whatever I want to do with it. Now, if you wanted to, let's say you made an entire beat, but you wanted to just export the loop for whatever reason. Maybe you made a loop and then you put some drums over it, but you want to just export the loop part of it or just the melody. There's a few ways to do that. The easiest way for me is just turning off the other sounds like this so that only that loop plays, and then that way you're not going to hear any of the other sounds. So that's not playing the drums or anything like that, or if I had this on, it would be. So if you want to just isolate one part of your song to export, just turn off the other sounds. If you want to only export a portion of that loop, like let's say you don't want 97 bars of the same loop, well, just use the highlight tool, highlight however much you want of it. Let's say I just want 8 bars of the loop and I want to export that and maybe bring it back in to manipulate further. Then I will just highlight the part you want, go to File, Export, save it, And because we just exported the same song, it's going to ask me to replace it. But now you will see down here where it said 97 before, it's only showing 9. So this is just 8 bars of this one loop. And you could export this and only hear the loop part. So there's a couple reasons why you'd want to do that. Let's say you make a melody in FL Studio with a couple different layers to it, and you wanted to be able to manipulate that a little bit easier. You could export that whole melody and then import it back in as one file. And when you bring it back in as one file, you could do a lot more with it and make it sound a lot crazier just by, slowing and speeding up the tempo, changing the pitch. You could manipulate the sound a lot easier if it's all within one file compared to if, you have 10 piano sounds laid out, then you have to go and do each one individually. So yeah, that is the gist of it. Exporting with FL Studio, super easy, super simple. You shouldn't run into any trouble now that you know how to do it. Again, it's just File, Export, and you choose your format right here, and that is it. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you would like more FL Studio tutorials, then just subscribe to the channel, and we will be back every week with more. See you on the next one.